evening and welcome to the 8 p.m. news on Canal English with me, Anette Feti Isume. Our top stories for tonight. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court has sounded an alarm on excesses observed in the expression of freedom in Cameroon. He was speaking at the launch of the 2019 judicial year. A man, 23, suspected of killing his 6-year-old cousin has been killed by burning. This happened in Baleng, West region of Cameroon. Goods made in Cameroon take center stage at the ongoing exhibition of enterprises holding in Yaoundé baptized Promote. The fight against HIV/AIDS takes a step further in Kumbo Division. Free screening are being organized in palm wine joints so as to get most men who shy away from the exercise. Developments would be yours right ahead. We begin with this disturbing information where a young man, 23, accused of killing his cousin, has been burnt in Baleng. This is in the west region of Cameroon. Family members say his heart would be removed and burnt as a form of cleansing on behalf of the family and the land. This report with Ndi Morin.
The corpse of the alleged assassin was still lying on the ground. The young man was seriously battered and later burnt in front of the residence of his parents. This happened in Baleng, 1 quarter, in Bafoussam 2 subdivision in the West region. The young man went missing 6 days after killing his 6-year-old cousin, Yohan, with the use of his machete. He was located by a motorbike rider in one of the farms where he was hiding. The bike rider immediately alerted the population who embarked on mob justice without a second thought. According to sources, he was seriously battered and stoned. His pleas for help could not save him, as the population went ahead to burn him alive. In the evening at about 7 p.m., one of my younger ones came towards me telling me that the guy had been caught. And I asked him, was that true? He said yes, and that he was at the quarterhead. I told him to take me there. I arrived and he was still inside. Other guys came and broke the door, brought him outside and started beating him. To family members, he was given the right treatment. No one is ready to drop their tears for him, they disclosed. We will bury him. Nobody will cry or mourn him. The population is satisfied. Inhabitants say they are satisfied with the mob justice. I am happy that mob justice was carried out. I am happy that he has finally died, so he will not continue these criminal acts with other children. The authorities of Bafoussam too were filled to take stock of the situation, but no one was questioned nor arrested for carrying out mob justice. The 23-year-old boy, before giving up the ghost, had disclosed that 1 year ago, when he was still living in Yaoundé, he met a Muslim, and the man gave him a dead pigeon, which he ate raw. At that time, young Richard was a petty trader. He later abandoned the trade and regained his family residence in Bafoussam, and ever since then, his taste for blood began. Before we left the premises, the family members disclosed his heart will be removed and burnt, a way of cleansing the family of all ill luck.
Today was a bad day for some traders in the Bolova South region of Cameroon. Their shops were razed by fire last night, breaking today. Though no human life was lost, but for heavy economic loss that was recorded, as we hear in the following report with Ambo Gladys Diban.
These are cries of distress. These ladies and scores of other traders have been shedding tears ever since They learned their businesses situated along Rue Berthaud in the Bolower have been ravished by fire. All I have worked all through my life has been razed. I cannot estimate the amount. Bookshops, hairdressing salons, tailoring workshops, shops and warehouses have all been burnt to ashes. This incident is the second within 1 month in the Bolower. Rescuers regret they were unable to help the situation due to their limited capacity of water. The damages are enormous. This is our third round here. Our van has a limited capacity of water, just about 500 liters. According to inhabitants, the fire sparked at about 3:30 a.m. Difficult access into the area is said to have hampered the firefighters to properly perform their duty, but with their solidarity and efforts mobilized, the rescuers kept spraying water on the fire until dawn. No human life has been lost, but enormous damage has been recorded, especially for traders who have been doing business since the colonial period.
The profanation of graves is said to be on the rise in Yabasi, chief town of the Nkam division. Skeletons of corpses have disappeared from graves, a situation that has given the local people sleepless nights. Crystal Katala completes the story.
They might be dead and gone, but still deserve respect. The Yabasi Cathedral Cemetery is witnessing strange happenings. Skeletons have disappeared from their graves. More than half of burial places have been violated by unidentified men without any respect of human dignity. The images are shocking, like that of the skull of this woman wearing a wig, but the rest of her body has disappeared. Inhabitants are stunned seeing such a cemetery located in the central town of Yabasi at a place called Malindi. What is happening in our graveyard is something we have never seen before, because I have been here for a long time. I live in the neighborhood where is situated the Catholic cemetery at Malindi Catholic Church. 2 weeks ago, after the burial of a corpse, I was directed to the tomb, which was initially constructed with concrete, but has now seen its content empty. It is alleged human bones trafficking should be the cause, but other burial places have started collapsing due to the type of material used in the construction. But the clergy is, however, calling on families to address the situation. The sons and daughters of Nkam who have buried their parents or persons close to them in a cemetery should come and look at their graves, because most of them have started collapsing. Inhabitants of Yabasi now live in constant fear and ask themselves what will become of their remains, knowing full well that desecrators of graves begin to estimate the price of their skeletons when they are still alive.
The hearing of the court case of the leader of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement Party, Maurice Kamto, has been postponed for next week to allow a decision to be made on the legality of the trial. According to the Cameroon Renaissance Movement Party leader, they are civilians and must not be tried in a military court. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court has sounded an alarm on the numerous excesses observed in the expression of freedom in Cameroon. Lord Justice Daniel Mekobe was speaking during the solemn opening of the 2019 judicial year today in Yaoundé. The story with Beatrice Gamo.
Killings, burnings, destruction of properties are the images common around towns and villages in Cameroon. What motivates the Supreme Court's reflection this February 21st at the opening of the 2019 judicial year under the theme, Excesses in the Expressions of Freedoms in Cameroon. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Cameroon, Lord Justice Daniel Mekobesone, carries his audience through the different definitions and what the law specifies in that light, what is only compatible with a moderate expression of freedom. In recent years, he went further. Political freedoms that are carefully regulated have registered many drifts. The excesses speak for themselves. He uses the example of the 2018 presidential elections that gives the Constitutional Council rights to declare the results, which is final. But surprisingly, challenges are thrown here and there, which he decries as political irresponsibility. As consequence, freedom of communication has become a fertile ground for all forms of abuse and drifts, worsen with the new information and communication technology, cyberspace, and crimes and all. According to the Supreme Court, freedom and democracy go hand in hand, but there is the warning that freedom is not absolute, as it is limited by many restrictions. That is why, in a republic like Cameroon, governed by the law, the Supreme Court ensures the application of the law, sounding the alarm on the numerous excesses observed in the expression of freedom in Cameroon. Important for the judiciary to explain the rights, responsibilities, and the rule of the law. Moderation, the role of the judge, while dealing with these excesses. And so the tradition was respected according to the law. The judicial year has been officially opened this February 21st in Cameroon.
On to this disturbing news that is affecting the media once more in Cameroon. The president of the Cameroon Association of English-Speaking Journalists, Northwest Chapter, Ambe Macmillan Hour, has been kidnapped today afternoon by armed men around Foncha Street in Bamenda. An action strongly condemned by the Northwest Chapter of the Cameroon Association of English-Speaking Journalists, CAMASEJ, and called for his immediate release. Ambe Macmillan Hour is also the Secretary General of the Northwest Chapter of the Cameroon Journalists Trade Union. The European Union is helping the government of Cameroon to obtain a strong current account balance. To this respect, the Minister of Finance today presented an instrument worth over $44 billion, as we hear in this report with Beatrice Gamo.
How can Cameroon improve the resources injected in the private sector? The European Union has come up with a magic blending instrument.
Create a new guarantee that will be used by the financial institutions in order to facilitate the private investment in the country. The intention is to succeed in de-risking the private investment in the country, facilitating the access to credit in de-risking the investment.
A leverage operation which is going to mobilize a total of
44 billion euro based on a 4 billion contribution from the European Union. This is certainly a huge amount that will be allocated to investment and development projects in our continent, and particularly in Cameroon.
The Minister of Economy, Planning and Regional Development, Alamin Ousmane May, therefore invites the private sector to be a strong partner in the process. And a level business climate, the key.
Even if resources are available, if the business climate is not sufficiently conducive, we will not be able to meet our targets. And this is certainly one of the areas that is being covered by the Cameroon Business Forum, and we will be very proud to see that our partners continue to support us in improving on the creation, development, and the transmission of businesses in our environment.
The new European Union scheme will help companies who are not attractive for financing to be de-risked so that they can have access to these financial resources.
There's new instruments which are going to expand the different instruments already available, will accelerate our growth pace, will accelerate our development, will make the private sector be a key player in our development.
And this will make Cameroon's financial resources have a longer tenure, good level of interest rate, and consensual. A display of the long, fruitful, quality cooperation between Cameroon and the European Union seen in the road, railway, and other sectors. On display at a two-day conference at the promote site.
We bring you more business attractions from the Promote Ground in Yaoundé. The business exhibition is a platform to discover local produce as products made in Cameroon, from kola nut juice to transform water fufu, amongst others, are pulling crowds. This report once more with Beatrice Gamo.
Exhibition, the touch of small and medium-sized enterprises. On display, the products made in Cameroon. This outfit, typical of the grass-field region of Cameroon, is a handmade production that has gone viral. Cameroon, Africa, and the world at large.
Bamenda culture. So we do it with our hands. So when you buy a material, you give it to tailor sew it, and then you go down, you do the design. You draw, you first of all take your stencil, you draw, then you continue now to design it. The price for one dress, it depends the design. Everybody can put on this dress, everybody. But there are some that person like you or I who cannot put on. It's only the notables.
Water fufu, made simple. The soaked grind cassava, now transformed into powder form. The magic of Casvita, a factory based in Limbe, southwest region of the country.
For the powder water fufu, this is our first product we are selling into the market, and the response has been awesome, because this particular product has come to save time, since it cooks in 5 minutes, and then anybody can cook it. A boy can cook it, a girl can cook it, and then the shelf life also is 8 months, because it's organic. We do not put any additive in it, and you can also travel with it. It's very portable.
The widest and strangest of all is this jucola, juice extracted from kola nut. This alongside kola coffee. On display, the taste of it, and so valorize kola cultivation in Cameroon alongside all its qualities and potentials. The discoveries are many. The attractions at the Yaoundé Promote site, products suitable for our health and local consumption.
We use forming agent, Texapon, and we use anti-sol, yes, and salt, natural salt. That's what we use, and perfume and color. Everything here is done by us.
Innovation, creativity of Cameroonians on sales and display. The appetites of many arouse, and so the desire. Those enticed taste to understand, and at times had to get some home.
Well, I've been seeing Casvita online actually, and much has been said about it, so I decided to try it out.
So much to unmask here at the Yaoundé International Trade Exhibition for Enterprises, SMEs and SHIP Promote 2019.
Creativity and innovation being displayed here at the Promote Ground. We now talk health, where laboratories service providers in Cameroon want to make the laboratory a safe working place. A workshop to validate a manual with safety guidelines is currently holding in Douala. This report. The laboratory strategic plan consists of fighting against the spread of bacteria and infection in and out of the laboratory, as well as ameliorate the quality of services offered. For this reason, service providers of laboratories in Cameroon are working on mechanisms that can make their working environment safe. The government of Cameroon, through experts, have identified some shortcomings. We can cite insufficient human resources, lack of equipment, and our role as an institution is to help government initiatives financially and otherwise to overcome these shortcomings. In the midst of those problems, there is need to protect laboratories from new contamination agents in the face of increasing security challenges and to close the gap between clinical needs and laboratory needs. We have to be very prepared, come up with a manual containing guidelines, how to manipulate and store laboratory products, and again train people on protection and prevention, as well as keep the population informed. The laboratory is an essential department in the health chain. The Douala workshop to validate a manual for biosecurity and biosafety in laboratories ends Friday. Still on health, men in Kumbo, Bui Division are being obliged to know their HIV/AIDS status. A team of health specialists from the Banso Baptist Hospital has been moving from one Manjong house to the other, sensitizing and educating men on the need to screen. This report with Amber Gladys Nziban.
Manjong houses in the Solan in the Bui Division in northwest Cameroon have been honored by the Banso Baptist Hospital. An HIV/AIDS team from the hospital has been moving from one Manjong house to the other, sensitizing the men and educating them on the importance of knowing their HIV status. Those they met in the houses were screened free of charge.
Our reason of doing this is to see to it that men have their HIV test being done, because we have been fighting for years, going to maybe churches, and many a times we do not find men. But the strategies that we have taken this time along now is that we meet the various groups where men are meeting, as you can find them here now, to do their HIV test. And in fact, I want to assure you that they are very happy, and we are going to tour the land of So to see that all the men in So do their HIV test.
Manjong houses are meeting points for men in the Bui Division, where they gather to share ideas and drink palm wine. To ensure success in the initiative, the HIV/AIDS team had to meet the men in these meeting points to oblige them know their status.
You know, there is a lot of displacement of people now, and people are not coming to the hospital. Many people are displaced, and we have deemed it so necessary that we must find them even right to their homes. Even if it is possible for us to do door-to-door, we are going to do door-to-door.
With the ongoing crisis affecting activities in the region, the team is faced with challenges.
There's difficulties because we cannot even move on a bike, we cannot even move on a vehicle. We have to trek to their various places. Same as they are here like this, they have trekked to come here. They have not come in bike or in vehicles.
The exercise will be carried out in over 100 Manjong houses in Takwi, Kikaikilaiki, Romaje, Kiyang, Nzengwa, and other villages in the Bui Division. Members of the HIV/AIDS team have promised that those who will be found positive will be taken care of, informing them that drugs are available.
The difficulties in the disbursement of funds aimed at extending Boulevard de la République in Douala has been blamed for the delays in the completion of work. Despite this, inhabitants say the road has come to ease traffic and address the problem of insecurity. More on this with Ndi Morin.
The extension of Boulevard de la République is one of the roadworks geared at reducing traffic holdups in Douala with a drastic effect on the economy. Despite works launched in 2 phases, the road construction works has delayed for over 5 years, this to the dissatisfaction of inhabitants. The good news is that traffic has really reduced around here. The road construction work is dragging for too long. It's delaying, and this is really affecting us and businesses around, even though it has eased traffic. Before arriving this place, you pass through Carrefour Tandon before you get to Bonamusadi. At the Douala City Council, the authorities have blamed the delays on the disbursement of funds. And as the road suffers another delay in 2019, inhabitants fear the coming of heavy rains might further destroy the roads, obliging the engineers to restart the job. Inhabitants claim the neighborhood that was noted for insecurity can now heave a sigh of relief. We don't hear about banditry anymore. Inhabitants have nursed hopes of seeing other development projects, construction of the road come alongside the road construction. The road upon completion should have street lights and even speed brakes. Why not? For now, just 85% of the work has been realized.
300 kilometers of road will be rehabilitated in the South region within the context of the 2019 budget. Discussions on regularities to be followed have taken place in the South regional capital, Ebolova. Regina Leke Fonja Tanda.
Roads in need of rehabilitation in the South region of Cameroon are being studied for possible construction within the council budget for 2019. The government of Cameroon has taken the engagement with its financial partners, notably the European Union, to ameliorate the condition of roads. An ongoing study to assess the level of road degradation in different local council areas is ongoing to have information on the 300-kilometer stretch of road that has to be constructed for 2019. For this year, the disenclavement will be global. All mayors will be expected to give priority roads that need rehabilitation, and this will be examined and validated. In 2018, some 50 local council areas had their roads rehabilitated. 200 areas more are expected to be rehabilitated this year. Last year, much progress was achieved in road rehabilitation. We hope this year things will be much better. The workshop was thus intended to sensitize local government authorities on the norms to be respected and how road construction will be carried out this 2019.
This report brings us to the end of the 8 p.m. newscast tonight on Canal English. Thanks for watching.